people were too proud to accept relief. Remember, they came from the old country. Who ever heard of relief, you know? We don't need your help. You take our son to fight in your war. They came from places, where that was going on. And they would rather starve than take relief. But if they had a son out there planting trees or building roads, they took that $25. Now, over its 9-year period from 1933 to 42, there were 2.6 million enrollees in America. We call them Cs for short. 2.6 million in 47 states, 114,000 here in Minnesota. Where the average C had 6 to 7 dependents. Well, if you do the math, well, that's over 15 million people. That's over 10% of the population. It put food on the table for back home. That's a big deal. How old are you, young man? 15. Well, I'm telling a story about a fellow, but it's in 1934, okay? In the Depression. He's 16, owns a pair of shoes, they've fallen apart, okay? He dropped out of high school because he's so humiliated, right? It's bad. Well, he's outside of a shoe store, there's a table on the sidewalk full of shoes. He finds a pair his size, he steals them. He runs down the street, cuts into the alley. Well, there's a beat cop having a cigarette in the alley. That's where they took their breaks. The officer took pity on him. He said, "You're a good kid. You belong in the CCC." And the CCC was a work program created by Franklin Roosevelt that took these young men, paid them $1, and they put them in work camps. Well, he gave them a choice. The judge agreed with the police officer and gave him a choice. 6 months in the juvenile home, or you can volunteer for a year in the CCCs. Well, he took the C's, of course. Hip, hip, hooray for the NRA, Franklin D and CCC. Hip, hip, hooray!
Hi, I'm Christy Hansen. I'm the director of the Northwest Regional Library System here in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. And we are at the Carnegie Building with a performer and filmmaker and songwriter Bill Jamerson. Bill comes to us from Michigan, and he has done a program today on the CCC boys, and he does some music and some history of the CCC camps in Minnesota. The programs are funded through our legacy funding that we get from the great state of Minnesota. So if you go to one of our programs coming up, be sure to fill out a form and thank our taxpayers and our government for that legacy funding that provides our good programs for the library.